What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcast for the next episode of DC's the Police. Whoop! My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while. And we're a little tapped out at the moment. In the previous episode, we had lost one of our middle range guys, one of our better officers, but definitely not our best. In today's episode, we lost a couple of people. So in the last episode, you recall at the end, I said that I was the end of my recording session, and it was. And so anyways, the event that we got for today is Beasley didn't come in and Murata came in drunk. And then also we lost... somebody else just didn't come into work for today. I'm not really sure. We'll get it sorted out, though. We should be all right. I don't think anything's going to go too wrong here. I mean, we lost a lot of people based on RNG today. It's one of my big complaints about the game is there's no rhyme or reason. Sometimes you lose nobody, and sometimes you lose half your police force, and it's just like, well, I don't know. We can hire some people. I should have done that yesterday. Poots McGillicuddy. Well... I mean, his name is Poots McGillicuddy. His first name is Farts. I mean, we kind of have to have him on the police force. If we don't, it'll be a letdown. So, Poots McGillicuddy, congratulations. Welcome to the force, Farts. We've got our share from the Mafia for explosives. We're going to share half with the staff. And we've got a bomb threat first thing. A woman draped with explosives walked into a shopping center. She set fire to the children's store, then sat down to pray. Eyewitnesses report that she's waiting for a sign to blow herself up. Christ. Why is it always some shit? Right at the beginning of the day. Right at the beginning of the day. It's always some shit, ain't it? Got fraud at the bordello. Hello, this is Bill Buckler. I called a phone sex line and asked to connect with that blonde with the big breast, but the girl who answered was my second cousin, Cheryl. We figured out who each other was after we got to talking, and she started crying and hung up. She got a face like a saw blade, and she must be 50 years old. I want those two-faced phone sex. That's not their fault, sir. I don't know. Don't call phone sex lines. I don't really know what to tell you. The internet doesn't exist yet, so I'll give you a slight pass, but... I mean, I can't... There's just something about phone sex that just never really appealed to me. I'm like, alright, that just doesn't seem like it'd be very satisfying, but... Alcoholic Eugene Ward won $45,000 in a lottery, returned home with his winnings, and boasted about it to his drinking buddies in the yard. They all toasted and congratulated him, and once he was good and hammered, they beat him up and stole his money. Welcome to the hood, G. Welcome to the hood. That's the way shit goes out here. In the city. Seems she is praying. Suggest a prayer. Yay, we didn't die because we suggested prayers. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Don't blow me up, because that sucks. On earth as it is in heaven. I assume blowing yourself up in heaven sucks equally as much as blowing yourself up on earth. Fraud report. Nothing criminal took place here. I was going to say, this doesn't seem like something you would contact the police for. Sir, they have to commit a crime for me to come out there. The only crime committed here was... oh my god. Jesus. Okay, so we got all kinds of stuff going on. Holy shit. You gotta be kidding me right now. So he got run up on, and they beat him down and took his money. Let's send Dixon, McNamara, Scanlon. We got an assault. Touch of Dionysus. 3 teenagers were goofing around and accidentally knocked over a rack of expensive cognac. The owner tried to detain him. Young people beat him up pretty bad, grabbed some bottles, and ran out the door. Take some of the newbies. We got an assault in the ghetto. Local guys caught 2 teenagers writing racist graffiti on the wall of a house. Crowd is gathered cheering them on. I think they might kill them boys. We got an attempted murder. Nervous man reported that a waitress was trying to poison him with some kind of mysterious liquid. Probably a fake call. The police have received several complaints about a certain bank branch. Its customers claim they've gotten several counterfeit bills. The branch manager denies any involvement. Let's go ahead and handle the assault, and we'll deal with the branch manager. I mean, nobody's going to get back in time. We just deployed like everybody. One of these is going to be a false alarm, but we're going to miss out on some calls today. It is what it is. Nervous customer didn't like the color of the coffee. That's what I figured. Fender escaped. Nobody's dead, though, so it's not that big of a deal. Wow. What is up with today? Homeless couple staggering around the gate where the offenders were last spotted. Question them. Police have decided teenagers fit the description of the suspects. Teens spot and throw a bottle of cognac in their direction. Pursue them, I guess. Robbery. Offender caught. Found money. We'll go ahead and have the Mafia launder that. Nobody's available to help with that, so do what you gotta do. Chances are we're not going to be able to get either of these calls. Assault with an offensive weapon. So somebody stabbed somebody when they lost at a Vaults and Lizards card game. They lost at Magic the Gathering and stabbed a homie. And nothing I can do. It's like, damn, son, we're getting rolled out on right now. Freeburg is really taking it to us. Not sure how to fix this. I don't have the manpower to fix this. We got a pretty good force, but it ain't good enough. Man, more dead people. What an afternoon. You gotta be kidding me right now. Pet store saleswoman reported delusional customers to staring at the snake section, then suddenly began smashing terrariums and throwing the snakes onto the floor. Reptiles should be free. Send a couple people out. Focus on getting Chovich up. What does Atticus want? I have a serious problem. The fire department raided my skyscraper in a surprise inspection and evacuated them due to gross violations of safety. I already had everything smoothed over with the last guy, but the new chief inspector is the lay of the land, and I'm losing money every hour over his principles. Sorry, man. I got nothing to do for you right now. Jesus, we're going to be in big trouble. I'm going to be splitting money like crazy right now, just trying to get people not to turn me in. Massive fight. A woman called in to report a fight. There's a bunch of Chinese fighting in the park. Hurry, there's kids around. That could be a false alarm. They might be LARPing or something. Send out a couple of people. Reckless endangerment, so they got that guy. I was like, I just don't have the officers. And we have a really good staff right now. Like, we have a really expanded staff. And for whatever reason, it's just like they decided to be like, boop, 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 boop. It seems like that was designed to screw the player over if they're comfortable and make it so that it was only the Dragon's Lair Martial Arts Club meeting outside to enjoy the fresh air. That's what I thought. Driving along the road, a trucker noticed a disheveled man wearing a bloodstained shirt pulling a hysterical woman into the forest by her hair. Trucker wanted to stop right there, but then decided to be smarter to quickly get to a phone and call the cops. Okay. We got a lot of newbies here. Send out all the newbies. Got a couple of people on their way back, so it should be alright. Probably shouldn't have sent that many people out on one call. That was probably poor decision making, but war veteran Asa Pickering got into an argument with his neighbor, Albert Burnham, over what garbage he leaves on the driveway in front of his house. Developed into a fight where Mr. Burnham drew his gun and opened fire. He wounded the neighbor in the thigh, but the wounded man ran to his house and returned a few minutes later with a gun of his own. Firefight is still ongoing, and stray bullets are flying into all the neighboring houses. One of these shots wounded the teenage daughter of Alice Hawthorne, who called the police. Yep, send people out. It's apparently going to be one of those days. Site indicated by the trucker, there's a trail of fresh dirt and blood leading into the forest. Listen carefully. The clearing is a bloody woman. Above her, an angry man who's strangling her. The suspect has a frozen glare. It seems he's not himself. Taser him. There we go. I gotta get these guys up to 300. Once they get up to 300, like Chovich and Robbins, I now trust them with things. If I can get Scantron and Rushing on up, we'll be in a lot better shape. Got 3 new frames over here for the carjacking. Nobody busted a window or anything. She ran inside to call the police. So she gets out of the car, purse gets grabbed, she runs inside, calls the police. While calling the police, this dude gets in the car, crashes it, and then runs for it. That's how I see the sequence of events right there. Yeah, hurry to the phone to call the police. And so I don't know what we're missing right now, but we're missing something. It might just be... There it is. That's what I was thinking, is maybe that right there. Sometimes the frames are a little confusing. So Tanner Scott is a high school senior who has apparently stolen things he should not have. I don't know if we're going to have people home in time to respond to these, but I would prefer it if we could get it done today. Let's go ahead and send officers out. We'll send Robbins and Chovich to that one. I don't think they're going to need SWAT support. It should be all right. And then if that doesn't turn out, we can send somebody to that one over there. Firefight. There was a firefight! I'm willing to bet we're probably in deep doo-doo right now with our internal affairs. That's my suspicion, is that we might be in a little bit of deep shit. They're almost never at the first location you check with these investigations, by the way. It's a unique opportunity for Chovich to get himself some free XP, though. Fender caught, taken care of. Chovich goes up by a little bit. These guys all equally. Wow, 100 right there. That was a really good investigation. I wasn't expecting to get that kind of XP. Study. Women use phone sex more than men. Magpie Publishing House offers free print copies of school textbooks. Oh, we're still in decent shape. Okay. Petty shoplifting charges for pop star Alana Moraes. Apparently we're still in okay shape, so I'm just going to keep it trucking. We're going to keep splitting money with people as much as possible in order to keep everybody on the right side of the law. We didn't get any procs right there, so that's very, very good. Tanner Scott turned out to be a member of a gang known as the Keylesses. You could take down the gang if you use him as an informant. Yeah, except... Chief, the suspect is denying everything. We want to get inside this guy's boss. We'll have to loosen his tongue. Proceed. Smack the shit out of bro until he gives us what we want. We want Juan Camilo Silas. Your share. 50% with the staff. 50% with the staff. And hopefully that bails us out a little bit. I have a theft in the suburbs. A woman called to report that she caught a thief red-handed. I've had my underwear stolen several times. I leave it to dry in the air after I do my laundry. The day I saw a teenage boy on a bicycle pull my favorite panties off the clothesline. Dirty boy is riding his bike around the neighborhood right now. He's not going out there alone. Send Matza then. Oshiro and Matza, take care of it. Hopefully this will be a chill day compared to yesterday. If not, FML. Does anybody use that anymore? I don't think anybody does anymore. Armed robbery. An addict ran into a diner, threatened everyone with a pistol, and demanded all the cash from the register, the wallets, and the wallets from the visitors. Fired 2 shots into the ceiling. Well, that's a good sign. That means he's not really that interested in murdering and pillaging. Bomb threat. Young and hysterical teacher reported a student brought a bomb to school. The boy was always too serious for a normal child. I always suspected something bad was going on. Today when Ahmed came to class, I heard something ticking in his backpack. You know, I'm not even gonna... His name is Ahmed. I mean, I'm not even gonna justify that one. Pretty sure it's a racist teacher, although one of these times they're gonna call my bluff. One of these times they're gonna call my bluff. And it actually is gonna be a bomb, and it's gonna blow up a bunch of people, and I'm gonna feel stupid. Good lord. In the police, the suspect grabs the woman and points his gun at officers. Stick up your hands and surrender. Suspect throws the woman off and rushes towards the service door. Shoot his ass in the back. Yeah, there we go. Now we're low down dirty back shooters. So with this rape, Coach Spencer Nettles began to molest one of his students in the classroom. She gave him several hard slaps trying to back him off, but instead the man became furious and tore off her clothes. Sensong and Oshiro. Bomb threat, I really hope is fake. Terrorist was 8-year-old Ahmed, who brought a wristwatch to school to show off to his friends. Man, what is up with this right now? Bomb threat, some kind of mechanism connected with wires and pipes. Most of the building was immediately evacuated. That one's probably real, but I don't have officers to send, unfortunately. Officers I have are going to wind up dead if I send them. John Whitman, speaking with a slow voice, said that 10 men tried to climb through the window and they all tried to do it once and got themselves stuck. It's damn funny and a little scary to look at. All strange like a cartoon, Mr. Whitman continued in an unnatural tone. Kids might have to get blowed up. I don't understand how people get killed if the building was evacuated. Obviously, you didn't do it very well. I'm not going to send anybody to that one because it seems like a false alarm. Child abuse at the toy store. Child started acting up, demanding a toy train. Mother began to scream and started whipping her with all her strength. The clerk called the police saying she's drunk or stoned and barely aware of what's going on. Afraid she'll maim the poor child. Well, here. Aquino and Hidaka go out there. Breaking and entering. John Whitman had taken a triple dose of his medication and sat all evening staring at a blank white wall. 10 people stuck in a window wasn't the only cartoon that he saw. When he spots the police, Mr. Nettles releases the girl and moves back towards the locker room saying, "Look, we were just fooling around." Rush him. Rushes towards his bag and pulls out a gun. "Just go away, you got the wrong idea about this." I shoot him with a gun, but a taser works too. Sure, fine. Why not? I mean, I'm the kind of person to mess around with somebody with a gun, but you know. Destruction of property. An unhappy customer carrying a baseball bat entered the showroom and started smashing up cars on display. "I bought a brand new car here, but after a month it wouldn't start and you people wouldn't do anything. The manager tried to intervene and calm the man down. He had a crack on his head for the trouble. The situation is heating up." I've been there. That'll make you murderous pretty quickly. I got a lemon one time from a dealership. Yep. That'll make you pretty close to homicidal. Dropping that amount of money and getting screwed. 1111 in progress. You just wanted to press the 1 key a lot, didn't you? Drug possession. We received an anonymous tip. Some cocaine is being stored in the back of a coffee shop. The woman continues to thrash the boy, who seems to have lost consciousness. Parents, do you feel like doing this every now and again? Like, you don't actually do it, but you think it, right? You think it. I know you don't lie. You think it. You probably have this exact image in your head. Just like, no, you cannot have the animal crackers. No, you do not need the Dora backpack. Let's drag her off the kid. Jesus. That's the difference between the stable and the unstable, though. Unstable people, like, stable people think it, they just don't do it. Unstable people, Alright, bringing him on up. Hidaka's almost there. Homicide at the cemetery. We have to wait for somebody to get back to base, though. We got pretty much everybody deployed right now. I'm actually surprised at the volume of calls that are coming through. Yeah, I figured we weren't going to get away with it. Nothing suspicious about the cafe's dining area. There's a couple sitting at a table talking quietly. Waiters walking about. On the bar is a beefy bartender. Finish your coffee, hit the road. Bartender throws a coffee pot and pulls a gun. Shoot to kill. Bang, bang. I'm pretty sure I'm one of the biggest drug dealers in town at this point. So you got a homicide. Lori Nauer, speaking with a lifeless voice, claims somebody killed her husband and nobody cares. I've just buried him in the ground. Can you tell me why nobody cares? This is murder. Isn't just your job? It's not my job to come out there and respond to this. You make a report. Lucifer in the Sky with Lizard's nightclub. Two guys waiting to get in a nightclub refused to share a place in line with each other and started a fight. Security has decided not to interfere. That's not very good. That's not a very good club if their security is just like, eh. That's why you hire bouncers. Lori Nauer's husband died of cancer, which she'd be suffering with for the past 4 years. During the funeral, the woman crumbled under a mountain of sorrow and fell into shock. She's unable to account for her actions. It's still a crime. It's still a crime calling the police for something that's not a crime, so we still gotta take you in. Sorry. Life's about to get a little worse. I believe in the rule of law. I am Judge Dredd. 4 years. ISO cube. Linda Hill reports that her neighbor, Tamara Postonia, was having a fight with her husband during dinner, and she just grabbed a kitchen knife and stuck it in his neck. She absolutely lost it. She turned on the gas and is going to light a fire and blow up the whole apartment with the children inside and won't listen to me. God damn it. Send over decent officers. One of the participants in the fight grabbed a bottle of beer and smashed it against the wall. He's wielding the splinters like a knife. His opponent grabs his hand and places another at his throat, shouting something. Sees the man with the bottle. Detainee strikes a police officer and tries to escape. Taser him. Tick, 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 tick. That was my favorite part of that show, To Catch a Predator, is when the people would try to run and they would taser him in the front yard. Tick, 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 and they'd be like, I don't know, it made me laugh every time. Something about pedophiles getting blasted with tasers that just really brightens my day. Does that make me a bad person? Am I a sadist now? Assault with a deadly weapon. 6 young men were playing kickball and accidentally smashed a shop window. The shop owner came out to deal with the situation, but the men beat him up and just kept on playing kickball. Eyewitnesses said that a player had a gun. How was a civilian killed? They just beat him. They punched him in the head a couple times. He's not dead. Man's corpse is lying on the kitchen floor, and there's a barely conscious woman sitting with a matchbox in her hands. The smell of gas is very strong. Let's go ahead and open a window. Next room comes the sound of crying. The door is locked. Let's go ahead and break down the door and take the children out to the street. I'm trying, man. We just don't have enough officers. Disorderly conduct. 2 immigrants are drinking alcohol on a park bench and singing loudly in Bulgarian. Any passersby who comment are shown the middle finger. I'm sure that's not a major issue. I might be over-responding to stuff now that I lost somebody. We got the missing person. Let's open this on up. Let's see what we can do here. So, Mrs. Morrow says, we were late with the mortgage payment a couple weeks ago, but Eric got a big bonus and everything was settled. My husband was very nervous about the money, worried that someone from work would try to rob us. They work with a lot of ex-convicts. Eric had serious money problems. 3 weeks ago, he had to borrow some money, but I'm barely making ends meet myself. Eric began to cry and said that he had to deal with some bad people. A couple weeks ago, Eric had an argument with his superiors, who's clearly not himself, trying to borrow money and cursing up a storm. I recently overheard one of Eric's telephone conversations, but could only make out a few pieces. The next meeting with the twins will be my last. That'll be a nice night. I thought he was talking about prostitutes again. A receipt from Eddie's Burgers, a brochure entitled Multiply Your Capital in 5 Easy Steps, number of documents, and an empty envelope stamped eviction notice, and an advertisement from the sex industry. Wow, we don't have a lot to go off of here. Yeah. We don't have a lot to go off here. We sincerely don't. Yikes. I don't know what to say about this one. So they missed. He's got the mortgage payment. Got that from Eddie's Burgers, so he met with somebody at Eddie's Burgers. And they have people getting buried with a shovel and shit. I mean, I'm just not seeing anything here. So he had an argument with his client to borrow money. That's what I got from that. Meeting with the twins will be my last. That'll be a nice night. Got the thing from Eddie's Burgers. I don't know. I don't have a lot of information on that one. That one's going to be a tough one to solve. I'm going to sit around and just move things around a little bit. It seems like that investigation is more based off of the actual little pictures themselves than it is the information that you get. So you just got to kind of piece it together. Disorderly conduct. Caught the offender. Good. I can't imagine we're on real good terms with the city right now. We've had a lot of deaths the last couple days. My name is Splattercat, though. I will see you on the next episode of This is the Police. Boop! Bye, everybody.